This is the newly facelifted Skoda Enyaq. Today I will be testing range and consumption, cabin noise and also the charging. Welcome to It's Only Electric. Let us start with the basics. It is a mid-size SUV measuring 4.7 meters in length with a wheelbase of 2.8 meters. It weighs just under 2.3 tons. Built on the MEB platform, and that's the same as the ID4, ID5 and a lot of other cars. But this one is all-wheel drive with a bigger permanent magnet synchronous motor at the back and a smaller synchronous motor at the front. Total power 210 kilowatt or 286 horsepower with 545 newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 in 7.6 seconds with a top speed of 180 kilometers per hour. It is a 400 volt system and it should be able to charge from 10 to 80% in 28 minutes with a top speed of 175 kilowatts. When it comes to AC charging, it charges 11 kilowatts. We'll see about the charging speed later in this video. The battery pack has a gross capacity of 82 kilowatt hours with a net capacity of 77. Its stated WLTP are 518 kilometers. It drives on 21-inch wheels and it has Pirelli Scorpion electric tires and they measure 255/40 at the rear and 235/45 at the front. Let's drive. Testing the range and consumption. So it's the same road, same stretch every time. It's a fixed route of 80 kilometers with varied speeds between 50 all the way up to 110 kilometers per hour. The average speed for a whole stretch should be 93 kilometers per hour. And we have a couple of set rules, and the first one is we always stick to the speed limit. The second one is we drive the car in eco mode. And the third one is we put the AC on 20 degrees and eco if available. And I have done all of these things. I have just passed 24 kilometers and the average consumption right now is 17.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. It seems fairly high for now. This car should be decently efficient. It has a new bigger motor, the AP 550 I think it is, with 286 horsepower. And also the updated front, it's the facelifted one, so it should be better aerodynamics. Let's see, we have just passed 110 kilometers per hour stretch and now we're driving the slower stretch. As some of you probably already know, I really like the MEB platform's active steering assist and lane keep assist, also adaptive cruise control of course. It really holds the lines really good. It doesn't ping pong that much inside the lane and it even sees the lane if the lines are pretty bad. Not always of course, but it's better than average I would say. The only gripe I have with the MEB platform's car's active steering assist is the steering wheel is not that sensitive if how you hold it. It will start complaining, hold the steering wheel. Let's see, give it a couple of seconds. So take over the steering and let's see now. And I'm holding it. It doesn't register, it will complain again. But you can even see the car move right now. Okay, now it turned off, it did pretty hard. But it's a lot more sensitive up here, like how pressure wise. So, okay, it even felt that. I just tapped the steering wheel a little bit. But in the bottom part, it doesn't feel in the same way. Chugging it is not the most comfortable way, especially in higher speeds, because you can really feel the car wobble. But that's the only gripe I have with this active steering assist. Otherwise, it works great for me at least, and it's one of the better ones on the market. And I really love the separate stalk down here. You have the off, cancel, on, resume, so you just pull it towards you. And then you have the set button, you set the speed. And here you can also lower the speed one by one, and then you can pull it towards you and then you will raise it one by one, or you press it up, it would raise it 10 by 10, or down and lower the speed 10 by 10. And this stretch is pretty hard for a active steering, let's see, but it brakes. And this is the hard part, let's see. Okay, it just drops it. It didn't warn. Okay, same problem as the Volvo EX90. But it actually braked before the curve, so that was decent at least, but it didn't warn me. We're gonna try it one more time. Let's see. No, it just dropped it. No warnings, okay. On smaller roads, that's a little bit higher speed, like 60, 70, 80. Please hold the steering wheel because, okay, it's braking because you know but it doesn't hold the line at all. So you really need to hold the steering wheel and help it. It says bend the head on the screen, so it brakes if it feels the bend is a little bit too sharp. That's good release, but it's just dropping the active steering assist. That's not good. It should warn me, beep or something, make a sound. That's a little bit strange. I haven't turned off any warning signals or nothing. I've just passed 42 kilometers and the average consumption right now is 15.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. This seems a little bit better, and let's see what happens. I hope it will go down even further. That would be amazing, even though it's a big car, but I know the MEB platform is efficient. But overall, the Enyaq, especially with the Max Pack, is really comfortable. You can have really good soft suspension and also pretty stiff one. So the DCC system is really great on the Volkswagen cars, or the MEB platform, sorry, and the Skoda. And it is a great car. It's pretty large, it's pretty efficient, it's nice to drive, the comfort is really great. Efficiency seems to be there, we will see soon. And I think it's a great package. Enyaq is the best looking car on the MEB platform. Better than the ID4, better than the ID5. A little bit better than the Cupra Tavascan. I think that's a little bit too much. So I would probably go for this one. I will go for the RS probably with the bigger battery, the 79, the 77. It's a bigger and newer battery. This Enyaq 85X Sportline is equipped with the Max Pack, so it has adaptive cruise control, active steering wheel assist, and lane keep assist. So put on the blinker, it will change the lane for me. So I'm just holding the steering wheel and it's changed the lane. It works 90% of the times. It's really great. I think it worked all the time for me, like 10 of 10 times, just the last stretch. So really good. But you really need to hold your hand on the steering wheel, as you always should do. It's equipped with the speed limit warning system that's mandatory for all cars sold in the European Union 2024 and later. So let's speed up and see if it starts beeping. So we need to drive 4, 5, maybe 6 kilometers over the speed limit. And it's beeping right now. And it's really easy to turn off because I have put a shortcut button on the top bar. So it's a car with a speed sign. You just press that and now it's white, it means it's off. When it's on, it's green. Just one click and it's everywhere, doesn't matter where you are in the menu, so it's on the bar. Really easy. And here you can actually choose a lot of different shortcuts, and it's really great. I think more cars should have this function to add whatever shortcut you want. Because now I have auto hold, I also have the active lane keep assist. I can just press that and it's asked, do you really want to deactivate lane keep assist? And I press yes. Let's turn them on again. It's really easy. Otherwise you have the car, like the settings. You go into assist systems. And here you have a whole list with all the different safety systems that you can turn off and turn on. But normally I only turn off the speed limit sound system because sometimes it reads the signs wrong and so on. But all the other ones, I think they work really great. The active lane keep assist can be problematic on smaller roads. If it's bad lines or really narrow roads, it can get annoying. I really love this steering wheel the Skoda has, Enyaq, the L-Rock and so on. It's really minimalistic, and these plastic buttons, they're decent size, they're not piano black, they're easily to control, there's not too much, there's 2 scroll wheels, they work amazing. And on the left side you have the music, like left and right, change the tracks. You have the volume and mute button. You have the voice assistant and also your steering wheel heating. And on the right side you have this car with a ring around it, and that's for the adaptive cruise control. If you want speed limit, adaptive cruise control, or adaptive cruise control with active steering. So you can choose here, scroll the wheel and just press OK. So it's really easy. But I really like this active steering assist. It works flawlessly for me. so I'm driving it at 90% of the time. And then you have the menu scroll wheel and accept button, and here you can also toggle between settings on the small screen, and you have left and right to change the menu on the instrument cluster. And this heads-up display that the Max Pack comes with, it's really amazing. It's really large. You have all the information you need, the current consumption, the current speed you're driving, the speed on the road. You also get, if you have the adaptive cruise control and the active steering assist on, you will see the lines, you will see the cars in front of you. You will get your navigation on the screen with some AR function. I really think this is one of the best heads-up display on the market right now, because it's big, it's bright, it has really nice animations, you have a lot of functions and all the information you need. So overall, a really great heads-up display. It is time to summarize the range and consumption test. It was 21 degrees outside, dry roads and sunny, so perfect conditions. And we're driving on 21-inch wheels, Pirelli Scorpion tires. But the final consumption landed on 15.7 kilometers per 100 kilometers. And that's 490 kilometers of real-world range, or 95% of the stated WLTP. And this is actually a really good result. It's one of the most efficient mid-size SUVs. So Skoda has done good with the facelift in general, so really nice. It's not on par with the new Model Y, for instance, but in general it's one of the most efficient cars in its size and segment. If you want to know more about the Enyaq 85X, we have done a brothers comparing cars, so me and my brother. We did with the Enyaq and also the new Juniper Model Y. So we compare them and choose which one is our favorite and test some range and comparing them in general. So check that one out, it's really interesting. But I also did a high-speed range test, 123 kilometers indicated on the instrument cluster and 120 kilometers GPS speed, and that's a constant speed. And the average consumption landed on 21.3 kilometers per 100 kilometers, and that's a real-world range of 362 kilometers. So still a good result, one of the better ones. So the facelift, the improvements in the aero and the new APP motor, the 551 mounted in the back, seems to have done wonders with this car. The MEB platform has always been pretty decent in efficiency, but these improvements make it one of the better cars on the market efficiency-wise. And when doing the high-speed range test, it was 17 degrees outside, dry roads, and was driving a car in eco mode and also AC set to 20 degrees and eco. Next up is the cabin noise test. We always measure the cabin noise on the same road, same stretch. We put the microphone in head height on the passenger side and we measured 50, 70, 90, 110 kilometers per hour. And the Enyaq is in the middle of the pack. Is not the most quiet car, but it's not bad. It's normal or decent or regular or however you want to put it. But we are driving on 21-inch wheels, the biggest wheels possible on this car. But 61.25 decibels in average is a decent result, and it's a lot quieter than many petrol cars and diesel cars in general. And it's a little bit more quiet than the new Model Y, but marginally. Also a little bit more quiet than the Enyaq 5, for instance. But the Polestar 4, a more expensive car, is quieter. To the last topic, and this is the charging. You can preheat the battery by navigating to a charger with the built-in navigation, but you can also preheat the battery manually from the battery screen. And this function is amazing for nerds like me. So you will see at what speed you will be able to charge the battery at the current state of charge and the battery temperature. And you can preheat the battery just pressing it, and it will say how long it will take to preheat the battery and so on. So amazing functionality and really easy to understand. I preheated the battery. It took approximately 15 minutes, and I charged the car from 10 to 80%, and it took 28 minutes and 17 seconds. So fairly good result. Nothing to brag about, but still a decent result. It's under 30 minutes. Of course, I wish it was a little bit faster, but 28 minutes is a decent result. And it peaked at 178 kilowatts. So still pretty decent, a pretty flat curve, if you can call it that. And if you want a little bit faster charging, you can actually go for the RS version that has the updated 79 kilowatt hours of net capacity battery, so 2 kilowatt extra, but it also charges 2 minutes faster from 10 to 80%. And I have actually managed to charge that battery in 25 minutes on the Cupra Born VZ. If you want to get access to all our data, please become a member. I will link a video up here, and then you'll get access to all our data and you will support us even more. But the data is all the charging curves, all the ranges of the cars we have tested in our own test, both in the regular test, 93 kilometers per hour in average speed, but also 120 kilometers per hour GPS speed. And you have a table that you can compare all the cars with all the specs. Let me summarize the Skoda Enyaq 85X Sportline. And to start with, as specified, it costs 700,000 SEK or 63,000 euros. It's a little bit hard to get exact pricing right now. As specified, it's not possible to order right now here in Sweden at least. So there is some solid edition, some campaigns right now, even better prices. And then you have 85, so regular rear-wheel drive, or you have the RS version, that's all-wheel drive but a lot more power, almost 60 horsepower extra. And that one looks even better, more sporty, and with a good deal I will go for that one, especially with a solid edition with all the extras and so on. It's also equipped with the Canton sound system. It's a premium sound system. It's a decent system. I wouldn't call it premium in that way, but it's a lot better than the regular MEB platform cars. The regular sound system works for 90% of the people. It's decent mids, decent highs. The bass is a little bit lackluster, especially at higher volumes. It goes away somehow, but it's a decent system. For me, it is the best MEB platform car. I think it looks the best, both exterior and interior. I really love the front. I really love the 21-inch wheels on this car. It looks amazing. And this graphite gray is also really good looking. It really shines in a perfect way, especially in the sun. I've actually been admiring this car a lot and turning around and looking at it. So Skoda has done an amazing job of the design, both exterior and interior. And if I wanted a mid-size SUV that's not Chinese or a Tesla, I will go for the Skoda Enyaq, especially for the price. And you can get a lot of deals on this car. There's always some type of campaign or some type of extras you get with it. So it's really practical. You have good front seats, you have good back seats, you have a good screen, good boot capacity. So overall, it's a great package. I would strongly recommend this car. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What do you think? Let's have a discussion. Comment down below. Would you choose the Enyaq or would you go for a Model Y, the new one, the Uniper, or maybe not? You hate Elon and don't want to do politics. Would you go for a Chinese car instead? Some people don't like those also. But let's have a discussion. I will try to answer as fast as I can. Please like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And as we always say, stay electric. Thank you for watching. See you soon.